Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually under the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research, try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another update for you, and this update is for the House of Noya. House of Noya is another Middle Eastern brand from United Arab Emirates, and they've been around for a few years, but they sent me this beautiful beautiful perfume a few days ago, and this one is just the latest one from them. They just released it a few weeks ago, and this one is called 5 Scents and 6 Directions. Is edited perfume, 100 ml. It is targeted unisex, and in United Kingdom you can find it around £120. You can, if you want to sample it, that's a good thing about them. You can sample them. You can buy the samples either from themselves directly, which I leave the link in the description, or from Notino, which again I put in the description. In Notino, either Notino UK or European ones. So they are quite accessible, but because they are very particular fragrances, you need to sample them before you buy them. It's one of those fragrance houses or perfume houses that are quite on the edgy and artistic side of things. So they are not crowd pleasing, easy going, just put it on and go. No, these are considerate, they are particular, they are an acquired taste, so you need to know if your taste is in line with these perfumes. So this one is, as I said, is aimed at unisex, but the composition is in a way that it is definitely masculine, and is probably even uber masculine. So it is masculine, it's uber masculine, and it is a little bit on the classical side, but the good news is they brought it to the modern day. So it's an amalgamation of classics and modern done very well here. In terms of presentation, they're excellent. So you're getting a very good high-end presentation, a very heavy bottle, very heavy cap. The box itself is very thick cardboard. It's like basically it's like a wood. And attention to detail is everywhere. So in terms of presentation, excellent. In terms of longevity, excellent. Again, my skin went over 14 hours. On materials like t-shirt, it goes for days. So it's very strong and dense and thick, and you don't need more than a few sprays of it. In terms of projection, I got about 2 arm length of projection for around 4 to 5 hours, and then slowly will subside, but you always have a big bubble, big cloud, and a big trail behind you. I put 5 sprays of it, and it was more than enough to smell it all day. The wifey smelled it, by the way. The wifey loved it, which is a little bit on the strange side, but I will let you know later on why. And so in terms of performance, stellar, very good, very strong, very long lasting. In terms of quality, wow, what a quality in here. They have put quality ingredients in here that is in par with much more expensive niche houses. You name them, you know who they are. So they are very good in that term. It smells much more expensive than £120 right now, because they are quite new. There is no discount available on them. If you find them in future discounted, even if it's a little bit, they are superbly good, because the ingredients are very high-end ingredients. So let's go to the who is it for. This is definitely for mature nose. I would say 30 and up to be on the safe side. The reason is because the composition is super masculine, is very on the amalgamation of classic and modern, but it's very smoky. So smoky is earthy. Let me just give you a brief what is I will get from this beauty. So woody, yes, this is layers and layers of woods in here. Is aromatic, and aromaticness here is come from 2 aromatic big players in here, which is lavender and violet leaf. Lavender giving it superbly beautiful aromaticness, and the violet leaf giving it a little bit of almost Fahrenheit feel, almost. Okay, don't quote me, this is not a Fahrenheit clone or copy or inspired, but I could feel that petroleum note, that leathery petroleum note in here almost all the time. So if you like that petroleum note in Fahrenheit the original, the leather in Fahrenheit the original is in here. It's not as big as Fahrenheit, but it is noticeable and you can detect it. So that violet leaf here, it makes it a little bit on the petroleum side, and also the leather in the base giving it that leathery feel together, giving it that petroleum leathery, dirty leather feel. It's very earthy, and there are so many components in here giving it that earthiness. Patchouli is one of the biggest player here. Massive patchouli, especially when it goes to the dry down. It almost patchouli takes over, and with the leather and the oud, yes, there is a oud in here as well, which I feel it very distinctly. But the oud in here, although it's a little bit on the animalic side, just a tinge, just a hint of animalicness, not too much, but nevertheless is a little bit on the animalic side, especially when it goes to a dry down. In the beginning, there are so many players coming out, and it's just layers and layers and layers as it opens up and it just develops. So this is a very beautiful fragrance in terms of development. It develops few times, it just warps and changes throughout the day. Amber, yes, it's quite ambery overall, and the amber in here is dense, is resinous, is thick, is dark, and mainly come from, again, the resins come from like incense, like oud in here to give it that resinous feel, and the incense giving it that smoky feel overall. It's very smoky from beginning to the mid is the smokiest when you get it. And the smoke in here is like a campfire. It's like you put a fire, and it's the fire in the middle of woods, and that smell of campfire woods is in here very strongly. So again, you need to like your smoky fragrances. It gives it a little bit of dusty feel as well. It gives it a little bit of powdery feel, so you can tell where it's going. This is a layer and layer of ingredients and accords in here to making it very complex fragrance overall. The musk is here, but it's not the biggest player, but you can feel it from time to time. It's very green, so this is green and more green, so this is superbly green. You feel the vegetation, you feel leafiness, you feel grassiness, you feel herbalness. So this is very superbly layered with green stuff in here, and each of them just have a different facet to the greenness of it. It's like a, if you like, it's like a green in a in a 3D. So you can feel the greenness all the time around you, plus each time it gives you a different facet. Sometimes it's herbal, sometimes it's vegetable, sometimes it's grassy, sometimes it's leafy, sometimes it's tree trunky, sometimes it's oak mossy, sometimes it's watery. So it's superbly done in here. Balsamic, yes, this is a very balsamic, and also is very camphorous because of those greenness plus those incense, and also the resins here gives it the feel of balsamicness, and also it feels of camphorous. This is a big camphorous feel to it, so you need to like that camphorous feel as well. Overall, beautifully done. This is gorgeous. So let me just read you the ingredients. When I say gorgeous, this is for me, for my age, for my experience, for my background, okay? So you need to know if you like this kind of fragrance, especially if you're going blind buy, which I never recommend in my videos anyway. But if you decide to go blind buy, you need to exactly know what you're buying here, because this is, again, edgy. This is on the artistic side, this is on the bold side. This is very bold, and it's got a massive character in here. Sorry about that. So on top we have galbanum, we have juniper berry and pink pepper. So galbanum is one of the players here to give it that smoky green earthy fragrance to this character of this fragrance. The juniper berry giving it that, again, it got green mossy green leafy feel to it, and the pink pepper giving it that fizziness in the beginning. It's very, very peppery when it opens up, but again, it's not one of the biggest player here. Cedar, massive cedar in here, and the cedar here is a variety of smoky cedar, so you need to like your smoky and a little bit of the dark side of cedar. Lavender plus what is not mentioned in here, violet. Lavender and violet together here, making it very aromatic, and also that petroleum feel to it, plus that leathery petroleum dirty feel. Angelica, this is the ones I couldn't work out. I could smell some beautiful soft flower, but I couldn't work it out. I thought maybe it's iris, which Angelica and iris, they have some similarities anyway, but Angelica is very, very distinctive smell. You know, those who love Angelica, they know how beautiful it is, although it is on the polarizing side. Again, some people love it, some people can't stand it, or they can't wear it, or they can't take it. Here is done to perfection. It's just balanced with everything else, so it's very well done. Angelica in here, which is giving it again another facet of soft floral feel to it. Incense is massive in here. Is one of the biggest player, because of the incense you get that resin feel plus that smoky feel overall. This one is very, very smoky, especially from the beginning to the mid. It's very, very smoky. And the vetiver, patchouli, oak moss, and musk in the base. Yes, vetiver and patchouli here giving another green and also another rooty, earthy feel. In here is almost like you feeling mud. It's so earthy and soily and basically rooty feel to it. And also it adds to the greenness of this fragrance. Overall, this fragrance is green and more green. Oak moss giving it a little bit of feel of swamp, water, river, little bit of fresh water feel. It's not oceanic, or it's not salty by any means, but it gives it that another facet which is interesting, and that is the watery facet. So overall, this fragrance feels like you're in a jungle, you're in woods, you're in a forest, in the almost dark time of the so because overall this is quite dark fragrance. In terms of darkness, 0 to 10, 10 being the darkest, which is Encre Noir by Lalique, this is around 7 to 8, so it's quite dark, but it's not as dark as Encre Noir. So it's like you're in the forest, in the jungle, in the woods, and it's going dark, and also it rained earlier, and that rain exaggerated the smell of these woods. You're smelling the soil, you're smelling the mud, you're smelling the swamp, you're smelling the wateriness, you're smelling the green grassiness, you're smelling the bushes, you're smelling the trees, you're smelling the tree trunks, you're smelling the woods, you're smelling the branches of the woods, you're smelling the green leafiness of the woods, you're smelling all sort of things that is in the forest. Okay, so this is superbly done. It's very realistic, so you need to like outdoorsy fragrance to enjoy this. So overall, green, smoky, earthy, quite dark, and when it goes to dry down, it gets leatherier, it gets woodier, and it gets basically the patchouli will take over. So at the end it becomes like a combination of patchouli, leather, and oud. So for some reason that combination reminded me of Leather Oud by Dior. There are a few fragrances which I'm going to mention just to put you in the right direction, just to give you the right mental picture how this one smells. But don't forget, when I mention a fragrance, it's not a copy, it's not inspired, it's not a one-to-one, it's just basically the feel of it took me to those fragrances which I'm going to mention. One of them is Dior Leather Oud. Yes, Dior Leather Oud is quite strong in here. When you wear it, especially in the dry down, it feels like leather oud to me. The other one is Tiziana Terenzi Ursa. So the combination of the patchouli and the oud and the leather here gives me a feel of Tiziana Terenzi Ursa. And the other one, it reminds me from time to time, especially from beginning to the mid, it was Frederic Malle French lover. So that's another one which this one reminds me of. Although, as I said, it's none of those one-to-one, none of those in terms of copy, but it's like aspects of each ones are in here and making it very, very, very beautiful to me, at least. So if you like these ones that I mentioned, or you like the combination of them, or you like some aspects of them, you love this. If you don't like those for some reason, this is not for you, because as I said, this is very bold, it's big, it's massive, it's big personality in here, which is that again, the combination of classical and modern together. But overall, gorgeous, gorgeous to the max. I'll give it 10 out of 10 for what it is, for the performance, for the beautiful perfumery, for the ingredients. Oh, ingredients are in here is mesmerizingly beautiful and high quality. And also the perfumery is well done in here. Whoever put this together, they know exactly what they're doing, and they've done a superb job in here. So high-end perfumery as well. In terms of season, this is better suited for cooler weather because it's very dark and dense and smoky, and also green. But because it's got some aspect of freshness to it, especially those green notes, you can use it other time of the year, like maybe in autumn and spring. But I don't think it's a good idea to wear in winter, in summer, because it could be cloying. In terms of sweetness, this is minimalistic on the sweetness. Probably a little above sweetness, from 0 to 10, 10 being the sweetest. This is around 4 to 5. Just minimalistic on the, just to give you a hint, not go too much direction to the darkness, just a hint of it. So it's, sweetness is not, forget about sweetness, it doesn't exist, or it's very, very minimalistic in here. Overall, yes, highly recommend it. I absolutely loved it. To me, this is beautiful artistic fragrance, very bold, very full of character. But again, this is a big but, is not for everybody. It's for people who know exactly what they want, and they want it in a big dose, because this is big, this is huge. Okay. And the fragrances I mentioned, there are quite similarities to this one, just to put you in the right direction. Okay, guys, so that was the review or update of this beautiful fragrance. If you like what I do, if you have it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, don't forget to hit those buttons. This way you help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you fragrances like this in future that nobody else is talking about. They are amazing value for money, they smell great, and they are hidden gems. If you like to purchase one of my own perfumes, I'm a perfume myself, I have my own line of perfumes. They are ultra beast mode, 100% natural, amazing value for money, ultra very smell very natural, no additive, no preservative, no syntheticness in them, and the ingredients are one of the best in the world, if not the best. Is come from my country, Iran, Persia, and that's why they call the scent of Persia. There are 18 of them in my collection, and each of them are completely different from each other. They are very unique, very artistic, mesmerizingly beautiful, and very mysterious smell. I leave them in the link, and you need to live in United Kingdom in order to purchase them. Thank you very much, and I see you later. Bye.